Well, as we always do, we highlight the murderer.
Well, we got to know what caused it.
Right. Well, this guy's name was Devin Patrick Kelly, born February 12th, 1991, and obviously passed away on the 5th of November. He was raised in New Braunfels, Texas, about 35 miles from Sutherland Springs, and attended New Braunfels High School. At New Braunfels High, Kelly had a lengthy disciplinary record.
Ooh, so he's a bad kid. Usually we get these and they're like
Right,
good kids.
they're good.
And, yeah.
Which included 7 suspensions for falsifying records,
Jeez.
insubordination, profanity, and drug-related offense.
Falsifying records. What do you do and go change his
Grade from
grades and shit? Yeah.
Right, jeez. One former high school classmate described him as an outcast, but not a loner, who was popular among other outcasts.
He was the king of the outcasts.
Right.
He was a leader of them.
However, a martial arts instructor who taught Kelly during that time said Kelly signed up for his class because he was being bullied and that he did not fit in. Kelly graduated in 2009 with a 2.32 grade point average.
Hey,
that
good
was
enough for passing. C.
below average.
B.
Like
C probably.
Like a
Maybe,
C plus
yeah,
or something like that. And a ranking of 260 out of 393. Damn,
Hey,
that
he
was a
was
stupid class.
Still better than 133 of those
Holy
sons of bitches.
shit, that's ridiculous. Close friend from middle school through high school recalled he wasn't always a psychopath. And that over the years, we all saw him change into something that he wasn't. I wonder what happened.
Well,
That'd be something with home life, or
we shall
maybe,
see.
Did he hit his head or something?
Well, after graduating, he enlisted in the United States Air Force.
Well, that didn't help.
He served in
More bullying.
Well, right, yeah. He served in logistics readiness at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico from 2009 until 14.
Dang.
He was married in April 2011. October 2012, he was charged with assaulting his wife and fracturing his toddler stepson's skull.
Holy shit.
Okay, should have been in prison already.
You kidding?
In response, Kelly made death threats against the superior officers who charged him, and he was caught sneaking firearms onto Holloman Air Force Base.
Dude, this dude should have been court-martialed and military court. Holy shit.
Well, around that same time, he made threats of self-harm to a coworker. He was then admitted to Peak Behavioral Health Services, which is a mental health facility in Santa Teresa, New Mexico.
This dude didn't even see no action.
Well, he just screwed up in the head. Isn't there like tests you go through before you can even join the military branch, apparently?
Especially the Air Force. I mean, come on.
Right.
Jeez, oh, Pete, June 2012. Kelly escaped from the, oh my. Kelly escaped from the Peak Behavioral Health Services, but was soon apprehended 10 miles away at a bus terminal in El Paso.
Well,
the facility's director of military affairs later recalled that Kelly had stayed at the facility for several weeks until he was brought to court-martial.
yeah, so he was getting court-martialed.
There you go. While there, he had expressed a desire for some kind of retribution to his chain of command.
Now he's threatening his higher-ups.
Right.
I mean, come on, dude.
Wow. And was discovered to have used computers to order weapons and tactical gear to a P.O. box in San Antonio. That's all, dude, this is...
You know how they talk about those red flags before anything happens? Well, how much more redder can they get?
I think they try to keep, like, all this stuff that happens.
Probably. The military
in the
don't
military,
want
yeah.
shit to get out, dude.
Right, under wraps.
Well, Kelly and his wife obviously divorced in October of 2012. In an interview with Inside Edition, his ex-wife said she lived in constant fear of him. Well, yeah, I only cracked your son's skull, as their marriage was filled with abuse. He once threatened her at gunpoint over a speeding ticket, and then later threatened to kill her and her entire family.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's just one sign after another. He was brought before a general court-martial on 4 charges: assault on his wife, aggravated assault on his stepson, 2 charges of pointing a loaded gun at his wife, and 2 counts of threatening his wife with an unloaded gun. In November of 2012.
I don't care. The loaded gun, that's pretty much attempted murder, right?
Yeah.
I don't care.
2012 in November, Kelly pleaded guilty to 2 counts of Article 128 for the assault of his wife and stepson. In return, the weapons charges were dropped.
Oh, jeez.
He was sentenced to 12 months of confinement and a reduction in rank to Airman Basic.
What the hell? He should have been thrown out of the force.
Put in prison.
Put in prison. And not a freaking federal prison either.
Well, I'm wondering if, since he was married, they probably occurred at the base.
Yeah, so it's
They
all
probably
military.
lived on the base, so they had to do a military thing.
Wow. Well, he appealed to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Armed Forces, but was unsuccessful.
Yeah, should have been.
2014, he was dismissed from the Air Force with bad conduct discharge.
Good.
Obviously, I'm surprised it lasted another 2 years.
Right.
After his release, Kelly returned to New Braunfels. Oh, no, that's worse. Where he lived in a converted barn at his parents' home. Shortly after, he was investigated for sexual assault and rape. and for physical assault of his then girlfriend. Oh,
jeez,
Pete. This dude has some anger issues. I wonder.
Something's going on with
Something happened. We got to figure out what happened in his childhood here. Was his daddy a beater?
Who knows?
2013 statement from the woman who accused Kelly of sexual assault detailed an alleged attack on her. A separate statement from Kelly's first wife, who divorced him in October 2012, said that Kelly had physically abused her during the marriage. Obviously, the woman wrote, "For a whole year, he slapped me, he choked me, he kicked me, waterboarded me,
oh, jeez,
held a gun to my head." Jeez, oh, Pete. However, the Como County, Texas Sheriff's Office did not bring charges against Kelly. Why?
Wow.
And the case became inactive because the victim did not respond to 4 follow-up calls and messages from a sheriff's office detective.
Yeah, she probably told her he was going to kill her.
Right.
Oh, my, dude. The police are so incompetent sometimes. I don't understand.
Dude, this guy's got a record a mile long since freaking middle school.
Of abuse. Well, not only that, a record already of pointing loaded guns at people's heads and abusing kids, nonetheless. I mean, geez.
Wow.
Well, somehow he got another girl to marry him. April 4th, 2014, he married his then girlfriend. The couple moved into a mobile home in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
That's just makes the stereotype even worse.
Where he was charged in August 2014 for misdemeanor cruelty to animals after beating his malnourished husky.
Oh, jeez.
He was given a deferred sentence of probation and was ordered to pay a restitution and other fees. Charge was dismissed in March of 2016.
Why?
After he completed the sentence.
Oh, jeez.
January 2015, a resident of El Paso County, Colorado, was granted a protection order against him. Why? Probably threatening him and stuff. Oh, my gosh.
It was probably a neighbor, I bet, or something.
Kelly attended the First Baptist Church in Kingsville, Texas from May to June 2014 and volunteered as a helper for one day of vacation Bible school. Good for him, I guess. Getting your life on track, right?
Right.
Later on, he stopped volunteering at the summer Bible class and became vocally anti-religious, posting about atheism online.
How do you switch like that?
I don't know, man. Because this dude's got clearly something wrong with his brain.
Right. Social media posts. Kelly often tried to preach his atheism, described people who believed in God as stupid. His posts causing numerous former classmates to delete him as a friend on Facebook.
Yeah, I bet.
And he also expressed himself as an interest in church shootings.
So this is all documented and should be flagged. But hey, guess what? Obviously, it's not.
What year was this? 2016 when he was doing this?
17 was the shooting.
Oh, geez. I mean, come on. They were.
Sure, he was doing it all the way up then.
Geez, so Pete, this time they were fucking trying to get rid of Donald Trump. They were flagging everybody.
Right. Well, no, because he said people who believe in God is stupid, so everybody praised him for it, probably. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. At the time of the shooting, Kelly was again living at his parents' property in New Braunfels.
Doesn't surprise me. Where was his wife?
He reportedly lied about his background to pass a background check and to attain a license from the purpose of Department of Public Safety.
Isn't the purpose of background check to see what your background is?
Right. He was like, here's my background check.
Right.
Looks good to me.
Wow. Dude.
Anyway, he wanted to be a security guard and was a security worker at Summit Vacation and RV Resort in New Braunfels.
Armed?
He had previously worked as an unarmed security guard at the Schlitterbahn Water Park and Resort in New Braunfels. And he was fired after less than 6 weeks on the job.
Jeez, dude.
Wonder why.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Right.
While he was working at the Summit Vacation and RV Resort, a family who encountered him commented on how creepy he had seemed. One member described he seemed angry. He seemed annoyed by us. That's probably why I got fired from the first one.
Right.
And he seemed like he wanted to exert some authority. Yeah, because he was probably like, don't you? Yeah, he was like, who's the one? Or what the hell was it? Well, I guess you could say Friday After Next, where he becomes security guard and he's over there doing everything. I mean, calm down, dude.
Right.
Top flight security, Craig. On the night of October 31st, less than a week before the shooting, Kelly attended a festival at the First Baptist Church wearing all black. Okay. According to 2 parishioners who were at the festival, he acted so strangely that people had to keep an eye on him. One also examined him to make sure he was not carrying a firearm. According to a former Air Force colleague who temporarily got reacquainted with him online, he claimed that he would buy dogs and other animals and use them for target practice.
Holy shit.
Jeez, he also expressed his obsession with mass murders, including the Charleston church shooting, which happened a couple years before, and joked about committing one himself.
I don't think he was joking.
That's not a joke. These comments prompted her to block him on Facebook. She said, enough of this guy.
Holy
son of a
shit.
bitch. Wow.
Jeez, oh, Pete. Kelly's estranged.
Well, I'm sure she is estranged.
Right. Kelly's estranged second wife sometimes attended First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs with her family. Prior to the shooting, he sent the threatening text messages to her mother. His wife and her mother were not at church when the attack occurred, but he killed his wife's grandmother at the church.
Wow.
Jeez, oh, Pete. 2012, Kelly purchased 2 guns, a European American Armory Windicator 38 caliber revolver and a 9mm SIG Sauer
6 hour, man.
6 hour P250 pistol. And he purchased these from the HAFB base exchange.
He purchased them from the Air Force.
Right.
Wow.
And they allowed him?
Well, this is 2012, so it might have been before he got...
Right.
Right.
Kelly later purchased 4 more guns, including a 9mm Glock 19 pistol, a 22 caliber Ruger SR22 pistol, a Ruger GP 157 Magnum, and a Ruger AR 556 rifle. And he purchased these at stores in Colorado and Texas between 2014 and 2017. 29.
How's he getting these guns? Shouldn't he get firearm charges? Shouldn't he not be able to buy guns?
He's not felon, so. October 20. And
how was
those charges got dropped?
Not just the one that he served a sentence for, the stupid one. But his wife's stuff.
Yeah, they got dropped. Yeah, the firearms got dropped.
The firearms, they're right.
Yeah, he pled guilty for the beatings. I beat him.
The beatums. The beatums.
29th of October, a week before the shooting, he posted a photo of what appeared to be a Ruger Model AR 556 rifle.
Well, probably it was.
Right, he did that on his Facebook profile. A Ruger AR 556 rifle was used in the attack. 2 handguns were also found in Kelly's vehicle.
Jeez, dude. Kelly purchased the semi-automatic rifle used in a shooting from an Academy Sports and Outdoor store in San Antonio, April 7, 2016. He filled out the required ATF Form 4473 and falsely indicated that he did not have a disqualifying criminal history.
I don't care if he falsely indicated it or not. They should fucking find out.
Right.
Jeez.
Get his ID. Run his name.
All right, come on.
In Texas, an FBI National Instant Criminal Background Check System, the NICS, check is required at the time of purchase for all firearms except for purchasers with a valid license to carry a handgun. Which state of Texas denied his application for a license to carry a handgun, though, so he had to fill out that background check. Then,
all right,
no license of any kind is required to purchase firearms under Texas state law.
I mean, you don't have to.
You can purchase it. You just can't carry a handgun.
Right.
Kelly's general court-martial guilty plea should have made it illegal for him to own, buy, or possess a firearm or ammunition.
Right.
The conviction should have been flagged by NICS and prevented the purchase.
I mean, come on.
So another failure from this time.
That should be the first thing to pop up on a background check is freaking Air Force.
Court-martialed in the Air Force, weapons charges. And
you don't have to dig for those records.
No.
Jeez, freaking.
Well, you do, and apparently the Air Force suppresses them.
All right. Federal law prohibits those convicted of domestic violence, even if it's only a misdemeanor, from possessing firearms.
Right. Really? Yeah. We were focusing on the gun charges, but if even domestic violence, you can't.
Wow. That's fantastic. However, the Air Force failed to relay the court-martial convictions to the FBI.
Oh, my goodness.
In a statement admitting the oversight, the Air Force said, initial information indicates that Kelly's domestic violence offense was not entered into the National Crime Information Center.
Why? Who's ever in charge of entering that into the database should be fired immediately, and the commander should be fired.
You're not relieved. Wherever the Holloman Air Force Base. Oh, my. One day after the shooting, the Air Force said...
the base he served at.
Right. One day after the shooting, the Air Force said it had launched a review of how the service handled the criminal records of former airman Devin P. Kelly following his 2012 domestic violence conviction.
I'm sure he did.
Cheezo Pete. 3 days after the shooting, Vice President Mike Pence visited the crime scene. He said, "We will find why this information was not properly recorded in 2012, and we will work with leaders in the Congress to ensure that this never happens again."
Well, that was a lie.